Hi, I'm Ashley and I am a dog owner in Venice Beach. This video, does my Belgian Malinois. I have an American Bulldog too. So this video is in the effort with the intention of starting a Dogtown dog club. Okay, there have been some recent dog attacks and there's some things I want to address. So I'm going to make this public on my YouTube, but it's for a little project I'm working on locally. But I feel like, you know, all communities should have maybe something like this. So in Venice, we're having an issue where people leave their people walk their dogs off leash, and it's more a matter of ignorance than anything. You know, remember the definition of the word ignorant is not having the knowledge or without knowledge. Sorry, you see my dog, so I'm dog hair on my face. So people are very ignorant to people like me that have been rehabilitating dogs my entire life, training dogs my entire life, rescuing dogs my entire life, and you know, not all dogs are the same. And I get that some people go to stores and they buy a dog and that's that. I'm just going to share with you incidents that have happened in the last year to me. So my dog had passed away. This would be like a year and 2 months. She passed away February 2nd of 2020. She had a huge tumor on her neck. She was dying, and as well, she attacked, I was rehabilitating her whole life, but she always attacked other dogs. And so she was 13 years at this point when this incident happened on Venice Beach. Not on the beach, it was like the neighborhood, you know, like a couple streets behind Advocate. The people that I'm making this video for will understand. And so I'm walking her and having her for 13 years and having her have attacked about, I don't know how many dogs. And like, I have bruises on my knees from, like, you know, breaking dog bites out. So whenever there's a dog off leash, my anxiety goes up. And at 13 years, it's like the chicken or the egg. Is it my energy that's turning her out? You know, whatever. But, you know, I'm worried about this dog because she's gonna attack it, you know, and depending on what kind of dog it is, it's gonna be, you know, it's just not gonna be a good scene. So, you know, side note, and I'm not using this as anything but just a fact, and I've healed my trauma a lot. I have been diagnosed with PTSD, and one of the things that is a cute side effect of that is having panic attacks. So I'm walking in this neighborhood with my dog, and it's like, you know, it's like every walk, I'm like, it's a very special walk, and I just want her to, you know, have a peaceful walk. And everyone should be entitled to that. The law in Los Angeles County is that your dog must be on leash at all times. Doesn't matter if he's friendly, doesn't matter if anything. So we're walking and this dog comes running out of nowhere. It's like a Jack Russell or something. This is the kind of dog, and my Shiva was a German Shepherd. I think she was German Shepherd, Belgian Malinois. Now that I have one, I used to call her Dingo German Shepherd mix because she just had that Belgian Malinois coloring. And so I see Shiva's ears coming up. This dog's running towards us, and you know, I scream, "Get your dog on a leash! Please get your dog on a leash!" And this girl's like coming, like walking over. Calm down. He just don't have a panic attack. He's friendly. And I read that on one of the community posts that I'm making this video for. This happened to someone else, you know, that I think in a more unfortunate incident on Abbott Kinney in the last 2 weeks, somebody had their dog off the leash and it charged a woman and her dog. It doesn't matter what the breed is. It charged a woman and her dog, and you know, the guy said, well, it's never happened before. You know, like, dogs are our babies, you know, so just 101, to be a responsible dog owner, you must always have your dog on the leash. to be a law-abiding citizen. I'm not saying every law in LA makes sense, especially right now on this day of our Lord, what is it? The 25th of September, Saturday. There are a lot of laws that are nonsensical, but when it comes to protecting animals and maintaining peace in our neighborhood, and I think, take this model. I'm trying to come up with a model. So, I think I've given you some information that people might not consider. Oh, I'll give you another incident. So another situation, I was in my private apartment complex home where there's like a garden area and stuff. Not only is it Los Angeles law to have your dog on the leash, it's also a law of our building. I'm walking my two dogs, and I have two big dogs. One of them is I'm rehabilitating, but they're both, one is a service dog, and a person who doesn't live here, who's visiting someone else here, has their dog off leash and they're like playing ball in the parking lot, and the garden level where I am is a level below where the parking lot is, so I'm like kind of feeling uneasy, but it's, what do you call it, like parallel. This is like a pit bull mix. It doesn't matter the breed. Say it's a Chihuahua, it doesn't matter. This dog comes charging from the parking lot around to the garden to me and Aussie and Hondo, and I'm still in a way, 13 years is a long time to be with an animal. So I still in a way sometimes have to remember that these guys don't attack dogs, they more attack people that are doing funny things. But, so I start screaming like, get your dog on a leash, get your dog on a leash. The guy comes, grabs his dog. He's like a 35-year-old guy. I'm just telling you, like, you see people, you have no idea. He gets his dog, shut the fuck up, stupid bitch. Why am I a stupid bitch? Because you're a visitor of a place you don't even live. You have your dog off the leash, who's clearly not under your control. I mean, Cesar Millan maybe can walk his dog off the leash, but come the fuck on. I don't even think you would be that disrespectful. And your dog charges me and my two dogs barking. It wasn't friendly. It was like, "Arr!" And I should shut the fuck up? And I'm a stupid bitch? What the hell are you? I thought about meeting options and a contact list. I don't know what I wrote here. Maybe comped. Oh, maybe complimentary, like, not all dogs get along. This one place that I moved to, I remember it's called a slumlord. If you guys watched my video about the shaman, the slumlord. She was the slumlordess. Anyway, she had 7 tenants there. One girl had like a Pomeranian. I had my Shiba, who's not good with other dogs. I remember moving in and telling her, and so there was another, what do you call it? Husky bulldog that attacked my Shiba and almost ripped her eye out at one point, and then her little Chihuahua. So it was all enclosed in this double plot, and I'm like, look, when I'm not in my place, I should never have to say this, but when I'm not in my apartment, please don't ever open my door. I didn't have an external lock. I shouldn't have had to say this, but I think one time I came home and she goes, oh, I let Shiva out. What? And it was okay, thank God, but it was like, my heart dropped. I thought she could use some fresh air. Don't mess with other people's animals. I mean, this woman was a nutty woman, but I remember she said, well, I just don't understand why, they're dogs. Like, they should just all be like running around, hanging out together. I'm like, I don't know. She owned a dog, I don't, poor thing. Anyway, I was like, what makes you think that? 4 dogs that have never met should just be together? No. I mean, from my experience of owning, training, rescuing the biggest, baddest dogs my whole life, 40 years, my first business was the Georgetown Dog Walkers Association. And I was like 9 years old. And I basically got everybody in the neighborhood's dogs. I didn't even really think about money. I just think my parents didn't really have a dog yet. So I was going, you know, walking everyone's dogs. The first guy that paid me was like, "What's your rate?" And I was like, "My what?" I ran home and I was like, Dad, what's my rate? Rate for what? It's really a funny moment. And then he walked over and negotiated $20 a week, and I walked the dog 5 times a week. Anyway, the point is, it's amazing to me how many people have dogs that don't either care to learn anything about what having a dog means and the responsibilities that entails, which are not, it's not huge stuff, it's not brain surgery. Have your dog on the leash. You know, have some respect for other people. You know, not all dogs are, I realize also, you know, some people get dogs maybe to have a, you know, meet other people. It doesn't really work like that. Maybe for some people, but, you know, feel that energy out. And no one is entitled enough to be walking their dog without a leash. It's just rude. It makes other dogs uncomfortable. It makes other dog owners uncomfortable. Why be a dickhead? Buy a house so you have property and let your dog run around without the leash on your property. Otherwise, walking in the streets with in Venice with your dog off the leash is unacceptable. Okay? There's just been too much stuff. There was a kid, this was really tragic. This was at the park on Pacific, you know, that's a dog park, Pacific and Horizon. This was not even a month ago, and a woman was begging this dog owner, another woman, to put her dog on the leash. I don't know what kind of dog it was, again, it doesn't matter. Any dog can stop at any time, especially if it's got a background or anything. So she was with her son, and they were, you know, practicing baseball, whatever they were doing. The dog ran up to the son the third time after the woman wouldn't put the leash on the dog, bit the kid's arm and broke his arm, 11-year-old boy. The lady got in her car and drove off. Like, you know, that little kid didn't deserve that. And, you know, just don't be a dick. There's so many things you can be in this life. Just be kind and maybe be a little bit more interested in how you can be a better neighbor and a better dog owner to your dog. They have a lot less stress. They feel energy, everything. And none of them wants to be put in a situation, you know, where there's an attack or a confrontation. It's much more traumatic for them probably than for us. Anyway, so this is my first video of a series tentatively called Dogtown Dog Club Etiquette. And then also we're thinking about making a little local chapter of responsible dog owners, or even I'm down to just educate, you know. It's just situations like that shouldn't happen. There's no reason. It's like too much stuff going on in the world. When we can nip something in the bud that's easy, let's just nail it. I love you guys.